Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hey guys, Ryan Feathersly, Pigeon Auctions, Pioneer One Loft Race. No, not Pioneer One Loft Race. I had one loft on the brain, I guess, today. Anyways, hey, this show works best if you guys participate. Participation is key. Micah Peevler is on Facebook, so let's hope to see that we are on YouTube as well before we get into it. As I say, these shows work best when you all participate. Participation is key. That's what makes the shows good. It's you guys. It has nothing to really do with me. It has to do with you guys. So we've got Peeves on. Let's make sure that we are on YouTube. It says we are connected, but better luck, better late than never. We are waiting for Loft Manager Richard, but he's on his own schedule tonight, and that's great. Hopefully the screen is good. Yep, Jeff McCann, you are on YouTube. So we are on YouTube and we are on Facebook. That's going to make this show good. We're going to talk everything and anything to do with pigeons and pigeon racing, blah, 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 etc. Kind of tired today. Not really feeling this tonight, but we're going to give it a go. Sometimes the best shows are the ones that you don't feel like doing. And tonight just seems to be like one of those nights. I'm not sure, but we are just not into it tonight. It's one of those things. You guys ever have that? Let me know in the comments below. Hello, my friend Milton. Hey, Milton, how are you doing? We will be shipping birds, I believe, on Wednesday. So if you did buy auction birds, they'll be getting shipped out on Wednesday. Reminder, you should have your payments in. Hopefully you will, or you do. You should have them in by now. We already had people picking up birds today, which is good. Welcome, Ricky. Welcome. Say hi. You
Better
haven't.
known as he.
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 Yeah, we've had a family discussion today. See, Ricky, he's a very sensitive person. If you don't call him by his name or you're talking to someone else in the house and you say, he took the cat outside today, he took the dog outside, he did that, he gets very upset with this. And this is a sensitive thing. So for the rest of the evening, just don't get him too sensitive and call him he. It's Ricky. You okay now? Did you get that one off your chest? Are you done with it? Because this is the show, and I watched you piss around here. So now we're going to do the show. So are you ready to participate? Because the audience has come to see you. You haven't been on in a few weeks. You've been traveling. Now you're back. Welcome back. What would you like to talk about this evening, sir? Sir Rickalot? What would you like? Gang one says, you okay? You two okay? Oh, we're not sure about Ricky, guys. He's been a little sensitive this afternoon. How are you doing now, though? Are you back at it? Are you with us? Jason Mihalik says, good evening. Good evening, Jason. We'll be shipping out WestJet on Wednesday or Thursday. Jeff Henderson says, good morning from down under. Jeff, a few more weeks and we'll be drinking cherry choofs. Today was choof day. We had two choofs. I even had a room temperature cherry choof, and it was excellent. They're better cold, but still very, very good, full-bodied beers. As Ricky sits and looks on, what would you like to say, Ricky? You haven't been on in a while. Now's your time, bud. Let it out.
Hi, folks.
Hi, folks. Hi. How are you? Good? Good. What are we going to talk about tonight? What was your thinking?
Um,
Well,
fall is here.
fall is here now.
Hmm.
For some parts of the world, they're into spring, like in Australia. But in regular parts of the world, we're into fall. Sorry, Jeff. Australia is not a regular part of the world. Everywhere else, I think, is in fall, except for Australia. But that's okay. Um, what should we say? Today the Upper Canada One Laugh Race had their final race. 721 pigeons went to the finals out of 1,600 birds that started the festivities that were delivered. And very strong headwinds day, southeast winds for 350 miles. And surprisingly, there was over 120 birds that clocked today. They came, believe it or not, on the toughest race of the season for them. Everything was done in tailwinds, and today they turned it around to make it about a 15-kilometer headwind or 7 or 8 mile an hour headwind with east. I think that was their best performance of the season. Fun fact, seemed like everybody seemed to get a bird in the small prizes. I think one bird won $100,000. I wasn't surprised. I think the first bird that clocked, it was a bird that was way behind. So you normally see that in those types of races. But I don't know. Something just didn't feel right in that one, in my opinion. I don't know. We can go on about it. You know what? All the prizes are paid. 96 prizes are paid. 350 miles, 100 birds on the day. I thought it would have been around for those birds. I figured maybe 20 birds, 25 birds come today. But I expect tomorrow, the way they came tonight, they should come. They should have about 600, 600 by the end of tomorrow because they're coming that good, and that late into the night. That's what I expect. And then he should just do an encore race because that race was nothing. You know, here's something that I've been thinking about, and Ricky doesn't have a lot to say. He's listening. But I don't understand how you can pay out $200,000 in prize money. Base it on 3 races. I'm saying this is for a lot of one laugh races. They base everything on 3 measly races. 2 tailwinds and then a headwind. I don't know. I think races should be, even these one laugh races now, they should be minimum 5 to 8 races. Yeah, they did well. That was a good result. I just found it. I almost found today, gang one. I found the result was too good for those, not for those birds, but they never had. I hate to say it, the pigeons never had any adversity until today, and it just looked on paper they came real good. You know, pigeons that have only been to 5 hours, and then they jump them up to 9 hours, and he's not talking; he's pointing
with a headwind.
with a headwind.
With a
I
headwind.
just
Okay.
think that was
So,
real.
well, when was this? The second bird came in off after the first bird.
There was one bird, and then they waited 4 minutes and got two or three.
Sounds pretty good.
I don't know. And then there were groups. There were some groups of 5s and groups of 6 and group of 4, and you know what? I don't know.
Excuse me, I don't know.
I don't know if Ricky Cruz won the race. I think it was a syndicate. It was a syndicate. So a syndicate. That's another thing. When you get into syndicates, I mean, $100,000. If the syndicate has 5 people, then it's good. 25, 25,000 each. Good. 350 miles for young birds are good. Farthest race, the furthest race, 200. 350 miles for a young bird are farthest race, 200. They went to 250. They went to 250 before. They went to 250 on Wednesday, and they had it very easy. But I mean, I guess they opened up. Maybe, you know what? Who knows? Just thought they came pretty darn good. So that's that.
Real good.
Well, Bill Weema bred the bird. Okay, well, there you go. Now we're getting some information. I thought Bill was getting out of birds. Well,
Doesn't matter. He brought it.
yeah, I know. I thought he was. I know he was complaining about the town, but it is what it is. I expect tomorrow to see droves and droves and droves of them come because they came way better than what I expected.
It was cool in the morning.
Mhm.
I would say half of the race was fairly cool. So
I just thought that I thought the headwind with the east in the wind was going to play a much tougher role when they never worked in headwinds. I think they maybe flown maybe a 40-mile toss in a
and
headwind.
they all went to 250.
They all went to 250.
What? In the week before, in the same week before.
Gang one says we were live, not to go flew with old birds. 198 longest to me. Oh, the longest gang one flies is 200 miles for his young birds. Well, that's good. Well, 350 is okay. I know yesterday I think they flew a 360-mile race combine birds, and they had a very tough day, and it was the same winds. But I guess these birds were better. So congratulations. Hey, the winners won.
You know, the funny part about it is
Mm.
the people that operate the race themselves should have come on and uh, given some information.
Oh, I don't know. I don't go and look on their page.
No, but they,
I
you
don't.
know that. So
I don't
we
go.
don't know.
I didn't
We
do.
don't.
I didn't do. I don't have. I can't get access onto their
Excellent
page.
birds, you people. Excellent. Fat boy, you pull the wool. You're going to get better next year. Figure it out, fat boy. Okay? Figure it out. You get better next year. Bottom line, you got to get the calculation. You know what I mean? It's like 2 pieces of salami on a sub. Take one off. They won't know the difference. So this is it. So good, fat boy. Away you go. That's it. Done. Okay? Finished. Let's talk about something else.
Okay.
This is a shit show.
What do you want to talk about next, Ricky?
Something else.
You want to
Better
talk
get
about?
your birds separated now for winter,
Mm-hmm.
for fall.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are hungry to put your birds together in November, so you haven't got much time. So get those birds separated. Hopefully you did. Now's a good time to separate them when they're almost finished that molt.
Mm-hmm.
And that way you take the stress off the molt. Because you know what? You get separated when you're not finished molting and all this stuff. You get stressed. And you don't want to see stress. Stress on your birds, on your old birds. That's the big thing. If you want to start flying old birds, take them almost a little bit longer than you could, then separate them. You know what it's like? You get separated from your loved one
Mm.
and you feel like stress. You don't feel good. So keep those birds until I think about now, maybe a little bit longer, then separate them. Keep them separated.
Yeah.
Right.
Gang one says we only fly 200 miles, even with old birds. 200 miles. Okay. Well, that's where he's in the
Old
UK.
yearlings, maybe.
No, his federation only goes 200 miles.
That's good. Lots of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think 200 miles, 100 miles. That's a lot of fun. They can get.
That's a lot of fun. I'm telling you.
Oh,
Excuse me. I just had a spark under my ass.
mm,
Just brought me alive. I think those short races, 65 to 110 miles, that short stuff, man, that really shows the brain in the pigeons. And these guys that fly 200 miles, get those winners in, shows that brain, right? You know
Yeah. Well,
that. I'm not from that ground here, but I would love to see it here. 50 mile, 100 mile, 150 mile. That's it.
well,
Wow.
it'd be it'd be a little bit hard to do 50.
Excuse me,
I
but
think you could do 100 miles.
Okay, some of these people are going 50 kilometers. I say 50 kilometers. Can you imagine a 50-kilometer race?
The
Which
problem is
30 miles.
there's not enough people in the area to do that, so it doesn't work.
You don't
Right.
need people. All I need is my neighbor.
Oh,
One neighbor with a pigeon. I say, hey, let's go fly 50 kilometers, 30 miles. You and I, let's see if that damn thing can, let's see who can get the bird in that, boom. Let's try and get it at
okay.
20 kilometers. 20, let's
Okay,
try.
I get that.
I
but
love it.
I,
I would love it, man.
oh,
Let's see who can get that darn pigeon in that coop. If you want to try it from a mile, my neighbor's next door, 1 mile. Pigeons out, boom, in the coop.
okay.
Let's see.
Coops are for chickens.
Well,
Remember
in
that.
the loft. In the
Well,
loft.
I'm just
Now,
correcting you.
what's a loft got to be? Excuse me. Does it have to be, excuse me,
What are we talking
6
about?
feet off the ground,
No,
4 feet off the ground?
what
Where
are you
could it
talking
be?
about? You're all over the place
No,
tonight.
I'm not all over, but I'm saying
Yeah.
that would be a lot of fun.
Well, no.
And we don't have, excuse me, that's your opinion.
It would be fun, but you can't
I'm
do
sorry,
it.
I'm going to shut down right now.
Oh,
But that's my opinion. I think 50 kilometers or 50 kilometers is, yeah, 80 kilometers is 50 miles.
okay.
Short race, up and home.
Okay.
Let's see who can get the birds.
So if your neighbor has pigeons beside you, that's great. If someone lives 12 kilometers north,
A guy that's 12 kilometers up, he's got to allow you. It gets him to
okay.
get his birds programmed. Once you go over 300 miles, or 500 kilometers,
Mhm.
it's like, oh, I don't think there's as much art as flying pigeons under 120 kilometers. There's a lot more art into doing that.
Well,
That's up and home. Up and home.
it's different racing.
That's what I'm saying. No,
I think your 120 kilometers is as much as you as the pigeon. But then at 300 kilometers, I still think it's you and the pigeon. You got to have the right pigeons, and you got to have the right condition to condition them that way, or the right setup.
So are you knocking what I'm saying?
No, I agree. I like short racing.
I think it's I think short racing under 150 kilometers.
It was nice.
I think that's beautiful. You get your birds home within 2 hours. Well done. Boom.
Do you know
Sprint.
here in our area, if they did, we would just say 100. Let's just say 100-mile race, right? Let's just round it off. 100 miles. So it's 160 or 150 kilometers. Okay, so it's a 2-hour race, right? That's good. They could race twice a week, and people would have more fun than once a week doing these big jumps. And I just don't think the jumps are the best. But
Again, I think the whole circuit that we have here in Canada is very much a torture circuit, where they have 9 or 10 races from start to finish. Whereas you go in Europe, they'll have the whole season. They'll have like 40 races.
do you know what?
And now they're doing the Tour of Belgium, or is it over? I don't know, but that's the last issue. So
What's your
what I'm saying is this here in North America is a very torturous system to the birds. Very torturous. There's no, like, it's 100 miles, 160 miles, back to 100 miles, 160 miles, 220 miles. I'm in miles, 220, to 200 miles, up to 240 miles, up, up to
Yeah.
only one time, up to 279 miles. Bang, 300 miles, like 8 races. That's torture, but we're in a torture system, so we're here. We're not going to change that shit. Bottom line, we're in a torture system for the birds. That's it. See, you take a guy's birds that he's concentrating on racing under 120 miles, and he's got like sprint birds. Do you buy those? And you want to take them now? Like, this is torture system, right here. Torture, our system. So let's say torture. This is it. Torture.
But that's how they do it here. This
Yeah,
is
that's
it.
how we do it. Torture
But
system.
that's what they.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Because they're in a rush. It's in a rush.
Well, I still can't figure out what I don't understand is they start racing, let's say, the first week of May in our area. Okay, why in the world can't I put young birds on and race them if I want? If I bred them in November, they're more no. They're hatched out, banded January, February, March, April. May, they're 5 months old. Why can I not start playing with them in old birds? It would give everyone likes to fly young birds more than old birds. It would bring the numbers up, and they have 2 releases they're doing anyways. They always do the short one. You can have the young birds in that. I don't know. Pigeon Racer UK. What level what level of demon do you have for yearlings? Talking about longer distances, now middle to upper middle distance. What distances do you have? Well, I don't know. Yearlings, I think yearlings you can almost take them. Depends on the racing. I think yearlings you can. I think no problem. You can take them to 450 miles or no problem. 450, 400 miles. Like nothing.
Yeah, they've experienced here. They by an accident, they took birds, yearlings. They had a yearling and old bird, over 2 years old. One half was 2 years old on the trailer and up, and the other half was yearlings. And the trailer driver screwed up. The 2 years old, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, whatever up. They were supposed to go to 500 miles, which is like 800 kilometers, wherever you folks are, or something, to me. And the yearlings were supposed to go max 400 miles. And the driver got confused. He took the yearlings to 800 kilometers, 500 something miles, and he let those yearlings out, which were all prepped to go. They didn't get one bird. They're gone. Gone. So that's to show you, right? You can't push them like.
Well, yeah, and that was a hard spot. Long Lock is not a regular.
Oh, okay, so.
But yeah, but there's 500 miles one way, and then there's 500
So
miles.
are you blaming yourself or the birds?
No. I'm saying that some spots the distance, the spot of liberation is a lot harder.
So I'm going to ask you something.
Go ahead.
Do you blame? Who do you blame there?
Who do I blame? I blame
These yearlings
the trailer guy let the wrong baskets out.
So
Okay.
I'm saying that just goes to show you. And the other thing, Ryan spoke with Emil Denny's, and he says you could take young birds to 325 miles, which is roughly 500 kilometers, and they come like real good to him. Now, not good to everyone, but I'm talking about people that know how to fly birds. You take the same birds a couple weeks later and push them to 400, or is it 450? Take the same birds, young birds. You put 30 in, you get 1 or 2 back.
Well, that's when we were talking about today, right? With that Upper Canada race. Today was more than those birds had in them today. The birds, and when I look at this, 350 miles, ask those birds to go 9-10 hours on the wing. Those birds weren't conditioned that well to do it because they didn't play them hard enough in headwinds.
So let me ask you something, if you don't mind me asking. The last performance those birds had done, how many hours on the wing were they?
Well, the birds that won today, most of those birds, they were birds that were way late, more hours on the wing.
No, I'm talking about the bulk. What was their wing time prior to this race?
I think their longest is about 5 hours, 6 hours. I mean, there's some birds that come the next day.
Still pretty darn good.
Yeah. I just thought this was more than what they had. But as we say, you can take pigeons that you've raced on a combine to 325 miles, and then you can jump them to 375, and you won't get, out of 30, you won't get 5 home.
Mhm.
It's just that little bit more. But hey, that's pigeon racing. Hey, Rob Wong, I don't know what you're asking me. Interesting.
I hate to say it though, but I don't want to be going down there somewhere and going into a coffee shop. I'm 73, sitting by some beautiful looking 72-year-old old grandma and telling me what she went through.
Do we live in a good location for racing? Yeah, here's a good location. This area is good.
Very good. Yeah.
Yeah. Good location.
Yeah, we got what? We got 3 combines here. The EOC, they're still alive.
We don't know.
They're going through a kind of a shit show. Then we got the Up North Combine, which we're right in here. Then we got the Niagara Group.
Well, we're gonna try and apply to 2 combines this year for fun. Well, you gotta, now that you're a member of the CU, now we're gonna see if the combines will let you
I
in.
just got a CU on my chest, engraved. I had to shave all my chest hair off. Wow.
Well, Rob, your hair looks good too. Rob's complimenting me on my hair. I haven't got my hair cut yet, but I will.
You look beautiful.
Well, I do this to get people off of focusness.
You know how you look to me?
Tell
Like
me.
a palomino running through the field.
That's what Rob said. I look like a palomino.
Yeah. So anyways, yeah, we are in a good spot. We are in a very good spot here. We performed. They had a club. Club. Was it the Renegade Club or so? What was
The
it?
Rebels.
The Rebel Club. And we went in there and it folded after 3 races.
We only got to race 2.
Only got to race 2. The first one, we kind of screwed up. What was the situation?
The first race we flew, we weren't. They have all of our information, but the Canadian Racing Pigeon Union didn't unlock something for wind speed, something to get a result. So the first race we did good. No, it wasn't the first one. The first race we were 30 minutes off the pace. We had 7 birds on the drop.
No, we didn't. We had 2.
Oh,
hold on. We had 2.
I only watched Look to the Clock.
2. And then they dropped and went in, and literally within 2 minutes.
No.
Oh no, within
it was in the minute. It was in the same minute.
Within seconds.
Yeah.
The other 5 dropped in, so we had 7.
Literally, they were in the same
But
minute.
we didn't get a count.
We didn't get a count. We were 30 minutes off the pace.
Shit, I'm still crying. Okay,
and then
go ahead.
the second race,
Hmm.
the second race, which was I think 300 kilometers.
Mhm.
You won that one. You won their combine.
Did we?
Yeah, but you didn't get a result either. And then they all quit.
And then
Then they canceled. Then they stopped flying.
and they got constipated because their tails were tucked so far up their ass they couldn't even shit.
Do you think local matters so much racing like it does with sprint racing? Do you think location matters? Oh, location matters. Location and wind matters. That all plays a fact. But if you don't put the work in, you can be in the greatest location and have the wind, and you're going to get killed by someone that's not in the best location that outworked you. So you have to have all. You have to have it all. You have if you have the location and you have the wind and you've put the work into the birds, you have the right kind of birds, your odds go up. There's people that live here they don't win anything. They're in the same location, they get the same win, but they put no work in. So they say, well, I can't beat him. Well, I can't beat. Well, no, you can't beat the guy if you don't outwork the guy. Are you guys going to the Lear Market this year? I was thinking of going, yes. We will. I'm also doing a pigeon tour. I have a gentleman from the UK that wants to come for the show in Germany at the end of November. So I have 2 spots left available for that. If you want to, if you want to join, yeah. Well, 30 minutes, gang one. I'm gonna give you this. Where we live is here. Oh, wait, put my shirt here. Okay, so we live here, gang one, and then 100, was it 60 miles is what, 100 kilometers?
100
Look,
kilometers is
100 kilometers
63
over here where my hand is.
Yeah.
That's where the combine was flying. 250 birds are flying this way. We were over here. So the wind was blowing them to them, blowing them over there to their combine. Shoulder headwinds. We're 30 minutes off the pace. We'll only ship 9 pigeons. We're the only people over here. The other 15 guys, we're all over there. So the first race, the first time the birds went up with that drag, we were 30 minutes off the pace. The second race, the wind was the same direction, wrong for us. We beat Dave Ramtran, the guy that was winning every week. We beat him by, I think it was he was flying. We were flying 11 speeds of 1144, and he was flying 1122 speeds.
Remember one thing in discussion. We entered on the third race.
Yeah, we entered on the third race. We didn't even get a chance to participate.
No, wait. So our birds had not been with a group that were flying in that area.
Yeah,
They that first time they went there, right?
Yeah.
We had never been in there. So let's not put
No. I'm saying the first race, the combine already had 2 races ahead of us.
That's right.
So their birds were already used to the groove, fine.
Mm-hmm.
But our first race, if you actually look at our first race, you have 7 birds in the first minute. You sent 9 pigeons and you had 7.
Yeah.
Boom. You're 100 kilometers off the line of flight with the wind against you. I think 30 minutes.
And
30 minutes, you were fucking smoking.
I'm just
if it was me.
trying to,
And the next week, you whipped them. And then the week after that, they canceled.
They closed the club.
They closed the club, and then I'm going to say something. The Rebel Club closed, and the All Star Club's running by Dave Ramtran. Sorry, Dave, I'm going to say this to you. When you call me up for baskets that you need to ship birds to Trinidad a few years ago, I helped you out. I answered your phone calls. But I called up him and his wife to put the birds on. We paid the money to put the birds on. We got the CU registry. We transferred the birds properly. We paid all the proper dues. They wouldn't let us come on. And unfortunately, I have to say one thing.
No, wait. No, the Rebel Club
folded.
No, they allowed us to come on.
Yes, but the Rebels and the All Stars fly together. And
Well,
apparently it was all rebel.
Basically, I hate to say it, but this combine, which was run, I think Dave Ramtran, he closed the rebels off.
No, the rebels quit. The club quit flying because they were getting into arguments with the All-Star, whatever it was. All we wanted to do was put our birds on.
We were the only guys left in the rebels
that wanted to fly.
Yeah, and I guess we were actually paid to get on that trailer, and that Dave Ramtran, he just like sorry, like
we
you
called
don't go down the river with a canoe with no paddle, man.
we called Dave and asked him. We put the birds on.
He wouldn't answer his friggin'
He
phone.
wouldn't answer his phone. His wife sent us.
If you want for fun. No, for fun.
We're not calling her.
No, go on the phone. Let the people listen.
No.
It's an answering machine. He will not answer his friggin' phone.
Listen, all I can say is to Dave Ramtran and his wife that are hosting races for people, okay? You don't have to like the people that race at your place, but you have to let them participate. You have to let them participate. You're putting something on. And these private ventures that these cowboys put on, and then they do you know why he didn't want you to come on? I know 100% why. Because on the second race, when the wind's his way, right? Those birds of his, they fell apart. And he didn't want the next race to fall apart. All he wanted to do, because I heard about it from Sam and the other one over there.
Who's Sam?
Sam Ferreira, whatever.
What does he have to do with that?
He's the owner of the Rebels.
He's the
I don't know. Yeah.
President.
It was the president.
Yeah.
All I know was it was a whole lot of waste of time training, preparing pigeons to race them 2 races, and guess what? What a waste of my time. Basically, I'm not
that Dave Ramtran. I don't know.
You can't listen. You can't help Dave. You can't help him. He wants to win.
Guess the Rebel Club.
It doesn't matter.
Folded, and that Sam Ferreira, he's the president. He was the guy that organized the club. He should have been in there and said, "Hey, we got one client. They want to fly.
No.
And they paid to fly. Come on, bud."
Dave Ramtran's a coward. He's a coward. That's what he is. He's a coward. He's two-faced. He will ask you for baskets. He'll shake your hand and say, "Yeah, man, yeah, man, yeah, man. Give me that Trinidadian bullshit that he gives me. Give me a deal, man. Give me a deal, man." But when it's time, man, to race, guess what? When it comes right down to it, put on your fucking Michael Jackson jacket and do the fucking moonwalk, because that's all you do, bud. Sorry, Dave. Sorry. I have to say, as a sportsman, you're an absolute joke. You and your wife, absolute joke. You help ruin the sport. I hope you won the rest of your races, because you should have. There was no competition there for you, and you did, and you feel good about it. You can now go, ready to die, bury yourself with a winning record. Congratulations. I got to move on from those people, because guess what? That's negative shit, man. And I don't want that negative shit getting into my Michael Jackson collection. Scott Steinhaus says, hello. Me and Ricky, we fly together. It's named now. Always our racing will be named under Richard's name. It's much better that way. I don't want anything in my name. Your name, bud, not mine. I appreciate your advice in the Young Birds this year. Race 3. Listen to this one. This David Tracy. I got to meet him one of these days, from Ohio. He's been with us for 7 years. He's flown pigeons a long time, but I've kind of talked to him a little bit here and there, not coaching or nothing, but just give him the odd time on a little bit of an opinion. And this is what he writes. I appreciate your advice. In Young Birds this year, I raced 3 combine races, won 2 of them, and 6 and 3rd races. Then they canceled the season because everyone lost most of their birds. David Tracy didn't. He won 2 out of 3 combines. Congratulations. And the ones that he did win, he trounced them with big groups.
You know,
Good job.
if I can make a statement there, the rest of the group lost most of their birds. Okay. What did David have left of his group?
David Tracy, I think David. I'm just going to throw this out here from what I remember. He started racing about 40 after 3 races, and they had a hard smash race. I believe he finished with about 28 or 32.
But okay, so Mike, what was that? Fourth race, fifth race?
They raced 3. I think they had him up to 230 miles.
Okay, 230 miles. And then the rest of the combine or whatever
Lost all their birds.
lost all the birds. What did he have at that point?
He had, I believe, between 32 and 28 pigeons left.
And the rest of the guys bailed out.
Yeah, and they screwed him.
Okay, yeah, they screwed him. Okay, so uh, if I was the rest of the guys, and let's say I only had 5 birds left, let's say 10, I would keep flying. If I started off with 40, now I only have 10 left.
But
I'd have kept flying, and they bailed. What they did, they bailed.
Well,
and that to me shows you this. What's his name? David
Tracy. Yeah.
David Tracy shows me he was ready to finish. I will fly to the end, whatever it is here in our area, with 10 races. I will fly right to the end with 1 pigeon. And the rest, I'm sorry, if you could say, well, I'm on the 8th race, I only have 1 left. David Tracy has still 18. Oh, David Tracy, he's the freaking guy. I'm gonna quit. No. I fly to the end.
What you're not getting is, see, everybody lost a lot of their
To
birds.
me, that's
Hold on.
total. I don't care how much they
Hold on.
lost.
But what you're not getting is, by the third or fourth race, he's only down 12 pigeons out of 41. Okay?
Yeah.
They look at him and they go, he's won the first 2, and the race that he didn't win, he was right there. Okay? But he won the other 2 races in nice groups. Great. He scares the people. And this is the problem. There's people that are there to fly pigeons. Then there's people there that go to the club with untrained pigeons, unworked pigeons, on this, on that. They expect, you know what they expect? I'm going to tell you this. This is what they expect. If you want to know, I'll say like guys like Gang One or David Tracy, or you people here that are watching this show that maybe are winners. I want you to say this. Get up off the couch and go right now and do a 5-mile run. You probably aren't in shape, but go get up and do a 5-mile run. 2 weeks from now, get up and do a 20-mile run. But I don't work out. I don't do that. I don't do nothing. I get up, I go, I feed my pigeons, I walk to the mailbox, I walk my dog for 15 minutes at night. Can I expect you to do a 5-mile run? Can I expect you to do a 2-mile run? No, you're going to have a shit result. You're not going to finish it. You're going to have to sit down on the side of the road. You're going to have to call your wife and get her to pick you up.
Have a cigarette.
Have a cigarette. You know what? Stop at the convenience store and get an ice cream. What I'm saying is, people are unrealistic with what they're doing with these pigeons. And I hate to say it, I'd rather be the guy that's loft flying once a day, that's road training once or twice a day in all different conditions, pushing, giving the birds experience, giving them the condition, giving them the tools. So when I take them to a race, they're actually able to compete. Instead of leaving them in because it's too sunny, leaving them in because it's too hot, leaving them in because I don't want to go out to the loft, all this bullshit.
I think this David fella was actually working his birds in a proper manner. And the other people They weren't doing that. And that's where they lost the burst. They lost the steam. And then they quit.
That's
Like,
right. And they,
wow.
and people get. I will say something. Do you know what? Winning races. It's a mind screw up. When you can start winning, you figure out the pattern on how to win. And you start beating guys. Guys that you start beating, they can't take it. Guys cannot take losing. Instead of figuring out how they're going to win, do you know what they do? They figure out what their excuses can be and which way can we either screw you or which way do they just pack it in and get out of it okay. In David Tracy's club, I will say, they seen what he was doing. They seen on the hardest race he didn't lose very many pigeons. They seen his army's still fresh and he's kicking ass. So you know what they all decided to do? Fuck it. We're done. But next year, David, guess what? You're going to work harder. You're going to push harder. You're going to do it right with the old birds. And you'll bury them the same way. The problem is, I know how David was training. I was speaking with David. He put a lot of work in. And then these people quit racing.
Oh,
Now, in my opinion, that combine, they all quit. Fine. Let the driver take David Tracy's birds up the road and let his birds do the work. David will race against David in his own loft. And I'll tell you, hey guys, if you can't race in a club or a combine because there's this shit that we have, you gotta apply, you gotta do this, you gotta do all this crap. You know what? You take your birds, you train them the same way, and you pound them the same way. Put your time in, put your money in, and you'll find good pigeons in your own loft. But you have to put the work in. Anyways, Brian Mansker, good evening. Pigeon racing, any chief going tonight, boys? We had two chiefs this afternoon. Do you have any chiefs out there or no?
you might have, yeah. Once the show gets after 2.5 hours, then we'll have a chief.
After 2.5 hours, okay.
Keep her going.
Yeah. So unfortunately for David Tracy,
So how many people in the combine? Like,
well,
if it was a club thing or?
their combine, maybe they had 20 guys.
Mhm.
So I'll say 20 guys. It could be 30 guys. It could be 40 guys. I don't know. But everybody packed it in. And do you think because they lost all their birds, they're going to lose them all again next year?
I'll tell you why they lost their birds. It was because of them. That's it.
And I will say, I was talking with them, and the jumps that they do, like where he is, I think their first race is 150 miles.
Wow.
Like, here's another thing, and I say this to David, and I say this to anybody in the US or whatever that have these small clubs or combines. You know, why don't everyone just say,
Why
can we
jumping?
why don't we make 5, 6 races? 5, 6 races between 100 and 125 miles. It helps the guys that don't train get some I hate to say this, training into their birds, but it allows the birds to the guys that don't put the work in to at least be able to participate. David Tracy's still going to beat him, but it allows the birds. Why jump them? 150, 200, 250. What are we doing?
What's the rush, man?
I don't know.
Like, there's lots of time. Like right now, we can race October. The middle of October, we could still race here, right?
But believe it or not, you could race here where we are. You could race up until Christmas. Once a week, you could race. You could do 100-mile racing,
Yeah,
no problem.
You pick those days.
No problem.
Depends how cool it gets at night, but I mean, right now, where we are, which is like what's the date here? I don't even know. It's the 15th or 14th of October. Today it was 19 degrees here. I was running around in shorts, no problem. Fresh in the morning, no problem.
But maybe here pitching guys just aren't the same. They're not. They don't want to race like. I think you talk about like it's like okay. You were in Belgium.
Mm.
You never seen this before here in Canada, but you were in Belgium. They said, "Sorry, we're going out today. We're going to watch the bicycle racing."
Mm.
We would never watch bicycle racing here, would you? No, you don't even know where to go to watch bicycle racing.
I don't even know if they have it here.
Right, but there it's something that's right into the people.
Yeah.
I don't
The
think
whole country.
Yeah, I don't think pigeon racing here. I think it's in, but it's not. They don't. They don't say like, well, hey, why don't we have 2 races a week? If we race 2 races a week, we get better pigeons. We get more testing. We get more trying. We get more this.
Think about the Stefan Reed. They raced every day. Am I not right? Or 3 times a week.
Yeah. In Belgium, you used to be able to race 3 times a week, two, 3 times.
3 times a week.
Now, fun fact: Pigeon Racer UK. I was at Dean Pallett's house speaking to a few weeks ago. He was telling me the story about the pigeons over the water. He told me to mention it to you. I haven't talked to Dean in a while. The last time I spoke with him was, I think, about a year ago or so. The pigeons over the water. Now, I'm wondering if those were the pigeons that we sold to Trinidad that were winning over the water, that were his pigeons. But we had really good pigeons from him. But I one of these days I'm going to have to do an interview with Dean Pallett. I think I've known him since I was 18. Known him a long time.
How old are you now? 50?
52.
52.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like 30 years.
30 years. So 20 years. Known him 20
Deep
years.
Pallet now is 80 or 98 years old.
Yeah, he's 98. Gang one. They race in autumn here, now racing Friday. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. In the UK, they're still racing. And I think people, again, getting back to it, one thing I like about races that are under 100, let's say 150 miles and under, or, under 200 kilometers and under, you can race, get up, have your race, and you can have your whole day. Your race is over in 2 hours, you have your whole day to do stuff. When you do these, I hate to say it, 300-mile races, sometimes you start waiting at noon, you're still waiting at 3, whatever.
Well, the thing is now, at this time of the year here, you can take from where we are, you could go today, you could easily race 160 miles with our climate. Today, I took my own birds today. I took them, what was it? I took them 30 kilometers today. 30 kilometers, 3 times 6. What's that? 30
20 miles.
20 something miles.
Yeah. 20, about 20
I
miles.
took them, and I'm not flying in a club or combi, but I took them out, right?
Oh, that's
And
good.
the way they go, I keep them going.
Well, I'll have to ask him about that. I'll message him and see, maybe he wants to. I'd like to do an auction for him. I haven't talked to him in a while. He'd be probably one of my best interviews of all time, I think. And I've never done it, and I should. Before you run out of time.
So let's get back into it. Like,
what were we talking about?
You think your birds should be for next year separated by now? Like, I'm not interested in putting my birds together till the middle of February, first part of March. Okay. So what do you recommend? Like, my birds be separated, they'll be happy, they'll be crazy by that time. So these people that are breeding now in November,
Separate them now. I don't know. You might as well separate them now. I would. Are you all right? You're tired. You look tired, man.
now.
Jesus.
These days.
Staff Aaron Reed apparently was lazy, man. He didn't get out of bed early. No. No, he liked to gamble. He liked to be out all night. That's what he liked. What else did he like? They didn't have. They were only flying 62 miles. He could fly the pigeons three times a week. The racing was the training.
But you wonder though.
They were all the same. They were all the
He
same.
liked to smoke. He liked to gamble.
Drink.
Yeah, drink. Uh, he had a clothing store
Yeah.
below where he lived. But to get birds to perform at 65 miles in races and make the money, you got to have them keen, eh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, he had a system in his brain.
But remember, he
wasn't
did,
up at 5 o'clock in the
he
morning.
did it all with old pigeons. He played old pigeons. He played them on a system, and everybody in that area, I think, at that time.
Apparently, his son had the young birds. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah, but what I'm saying was all those key players played the same sort of style, and I think it was a little different. I think the pigeons were different. It was more pigeons. It was man too, but pigeons. Ooh, I think some excellent pigeons. Off topic.
It's like you're talking about those fellas. What were they called? The family there. They had the birds. One guy would train on the bicycle.
Yeah, but
What was the name? Those guys.
Yeah,
It's a different style.
but no, I don't think anybody in those days. I mean, when Van Riet was winning, I don't think he made it a point to train them, single toss train them. And you have to remember, at that time, there were so many pigeons in Belgium. Okay, think about it. Right now, there's so many; it's packed. But you go back to the '60s and '70s, it was 5 times or 10 times more. Those pigeons, whenever you let them out to loft fly, they were self training like unbelievable. Much different. I don't know about Stan Gallo. I don't know if he's living or he's dead. I don't know. He's a pigeon collector. I don't know. I don't really know the guy. I know of the guy. I know he was a pigeon collector. So I don't know. Sounds like a poker player to me, yes. Gang One said, Sprint machines, those Van Reets. Yeah. Gang One, do you not agree? Would you agree with me? And I want to ask this question. Do you think that the Vandenbalk pigeons are the modern day Van Reets? Let's see what he thinks. That's a question I have for Gang One.
Who are those? The other guys there, that family.
Not the Jansons.
Yeah, the Jansons.
I
They were
don't.
the same. They used to train on their bicycle.
I think I don't know. I have some Sujins here, probably as close as you could get to the originals. Oh, that's good. Those are old.
What's the original? How many years ago?
Originals, yeah, I don't know.
No,
There's
the
there's
guy
no
says,
original.
how close to the original? How many years ago? How many years ago was the original?
The Pigeon Racer UK says, I heard Sujin used to smoke a cigarette before he would take the bands off his birds. How how confident he was. LOL. Yeah. Rob Wong. I heard Stan gave all his birds away. I think Stan was not well. He had too many pigeons. I think he gave them away. He was a big collector, just like collecting comic books. He had lots of money. He'd buy lots of pigeons and collect. I don't know. I don't think I haven't seen anything from him. Whatever. Ask message Rob. Rob will tell you. I don't know. Anyways, what do you think? Think we should shut her down for tonight, or do you think we should keep going? What do you think? I will say something that it would have been something to see in the the 40s, well after World War II, like the 50s and the 60s and the 70s, what pigeon racing looked like in Belgium. It really would have been, because I know I was speaking with Chris Clarebot. And he said just walking home from school, he said he had to walk a kilometer. There were 30 lofts from his school to his house, and there were lofts that only had, max 20 birds.
So what are you talking about? You're talking about what? What are you trying to say? What are you saying right now?
No, I'm just saying.
No, you're saying, but what are you saying?
Well, I'm saying it would have been such an interesting. It would have been an interesting time. I'm trying to still figure out, were the pigeons then better than the
Well,
pigeons now, or were the pigeon men better then than the pigeon men are now?
I think because my background is total Belgium, not yours, Ryan. You're half Polish, half Belgian. Okay? So, but I went to visit because my parents immigrated here, 1951. About 19, let's say 59. I went to visit my grandparents back in Belgium, and those people, my grandfather there, he never even had a car. Like in those days,
Mm-hmm.
they wouldn't have a car. Or if you had one, you were very good. So if you were a pigeon flyer, you would have to train with your bicycle or something. So the system back then was totally different to what we have now. It was a feeding, loft line system.
Yeah.
Do you understand me?
But
Total system.
so what I'm trying to say is, when we say that the pigeons, do you think the pigeons are better then? I mean, I think there was more natural pigeons.
You know those guys, Jansen brothers, right?
Well, let's not talk
They-
about them.
No, they had a great name. The one brother, he only used to train with the bicycle.
I don't even know if that's.
I heard.
I don't.
He trained with the bicycle because those were the days, man. I went there in late 50s, very early 60s, and those people, they don't take the car. They didn't have a car. The car was something only like wow.
I mean, even still now, when you're in Belgium, how many people do you see? They have a car, but they have multiple bicycles. Everything's bicycles. It's still bicycles. When we were there,
Oh, 100%.
you're going to the grocery store. They just take the bicycle.
Hey, I was there.
You were. You were there.
Was Marcel? He's been flying pigeons over 50 years. Him and I visit 2 or 3 times a week. He never ever said once. I never asked him. Oh, I gotta go. I gotta train. Oh, I put the birds in a basket. My wife took them. Boom, boom, boom. He's like right in there, right? What's his name? Lambrix.
Yeah. Very little training. Not much.
Very little training. Very little. And they're competing against 20,000, 40,000, 50,000 birds, right? They got a system of feeding. There's a system there.
No, I haven't. No. I asked him a question. Gang One says the Herman Custards we racing. They probably are, Ryan. Custards and bulk birds be beat Van Reets now. No. I'm not saying, Gang One. I'm not saying. Listen to what I'm saying. In the 70s, 80s, there, 90s, there's that spot, let's say, where Van Reets were like the big thing, especially in the UK. I'm saying those pigeons then, and now I say the Vandenbalk pigeons today. I'm not saying race the two against each other. I think the Vanderbilt pigeons probably win. Maybe. I don't know. But I think they're the same kind of pigeons. I think they're this. They have almost the same look. They have a. There's something about them. They just kind of remind me of that.
Hey, okay. It's not. Ask this
Yeah.
fella.
Mhm.
Game one. Okay. The soccer players. We'll see. Where's he from? England. The soccer player from 30 years ago against the soccer player from not 30 years ago. Like I'm talking 50 years difference.
Mhm.
Against this soccer player. Can that guy compete from 1950 soccer player against the guy from 1990? We're already up to 2025. Can that guy even compete against these guys? And hockey players, basketball, it's like an evolution of power, right? Am I right? Ask gang what? One.
Alan says the same now as before. The guys that train the hardest and motivate the birds the best win the races. Well, okay.
Okay, so I think a guy that doesn't train
Okay.
against a guy that does train, he can't friggin' beat him. Can't. The only way he beats him is if the guy doesn't feed right, or he trains but he doesn't feed right. He doesn't have the trapping system right. This and that. The only way this guy can beat him. The only way.
So, gang one, you do agree? Yes, I think they're the same kind of a pigeon. They're the same impact pigeons, right, Alan? Well, and obviously, the more here's the thing. Let's take what Alan said and let's put it into the 50s and 60s. Let's just think about this. Same now as before. The guys that train the hardest and motivate the best win the races. I think back in those days, it wasn't so much training them in the car, but I think the loft line and I think the motivation and the playing and the teasing the hens or the teasing the cocks and the putting them on the eggs. I think the pigeon man was a little more in tuned with the pigeon than the pigeon man is today, because the pigeon man today, he goes, listen, I can sit there and play with them, but if I don't take those damn things down that road, down that road, down that road, he's more in tuned with his car. I hate to say this. That's my thought on this. I think back then they were more in tune with the pigeons. A little different with the pigeons. Hold on. You have to understand also that the same pigeons today are bred down from all those old pigeons. Well, sure, and all those old pigeons that we're talking about from the 70s and 80s, they came from pigeons from the 30s and 40s.
Hey, listen. Hey, folks.
To evolution.
Your pigeons came from pigeons 2,000 years ago, right?
Yeah.
There you go, right?
That fly's dead.
You know, I'm saying, like, you make your birds better by the way you call them. You got to call them. If you don't call them, and the old hawk will call them, the wire will call them, the basket will call them.
Actually, the only people who shouldn't call them are the pigeon flyers.
Yeah, 100%. Let them out after the friggin' races are over, but keep them in shape. Get them on barley. Don't fatten them up. Let them out. You'll see. They'll be smart.
But getting back to David Tracy, getting back to David Tracy, all those guys in his club and combine, they quit, right?
Yeah, because I'm telling
They
you.
they took it away from their birds. They played God. They get worse for it.
100%.
Anyways, gang one. Training health, good birds wins. Sick birds won't win. Well, you know what? we understand that. I know a sick bird
I
doesn't
don't-
win.
believe it
I
or
don't.
not.
I don't fuck. I don't play around with sick
My
birds.
own birds. My own birds. I don't inoculate. I don't give them medication at all. No, this and that and this and that. If they can't make it, they're done. Soon I see them looking a little funny, they're done. If I look at a bird and say, "Hey, you're looking a little funny, eh?" Sure as hell, a month later, he's done. I don't give no medication, zero. Done. Live or die. That's it.
Live or die.
Medication, forget it. I don't believe in it, right? So
There you go.
I don't believe in it. Honest to God, I don't.
Rob Wong says, I think the bond between the loft manager and the birds can make a huge difference because of the love of the home.
Mhm. You know,
There's
my birds. They're out. They know when I call them in. They know how I walk, how I talk.
Mm.
They know it. How I shake the can. This time to come in. So that's what you're talking about, right?
Well, I'm just talking about bond. I mean,
There's a bond.
you can have
There's
a
a
good
bond.
you can have a good bond, but if you still got to put the work in. But I think back in those days, I think it was a lot of offline and bonding and stuff like that. Where I think today you got to do it a little differently.
I go into my loft and actually talk to my birds. They know it.
Knowledge on feeding has advanced. Yeah, feeding has advanced. Weather can make more brutal now, especially with the heat. But if you're, I hate to say this, if you're flying in a season where you know you're flying into the heat, I think you need to teach your pigeons to take the heat, work in the heat, be able to handle the heat. Uh, but definitely advance with feeding, stuff you can feed, stuff like that. Yes, you can. Again, I think if you start getting into mixing a whole bunch of medicines and cocktails for your pigeons, you're going to take the pigeons off of form. The less drugs you put in, the better you're going to do. If you don't need the meds, don't take the meds. Don't give the meds because you think. If everything's working good, why give them meds?
Hey, my friend, I don't give. You talk to me about buying medication. I'm sorry. Gone. I don't buy. I'm sorry, folks. I'm cheap. I didn't get into that rut thing. I don't give my birds any medication. Honest to God. I'll bring you guys some birds in here. No medication. You'll see it. No PMV, no what do you call it? What's it called? Any of those. None of them. Done. They want to die? Die. That's it. What dies? Dies. I don't believe in it. You guys can do it. All I say is a pharmaceutical business. That's it.
And I will say,
I'll
I,
say
I, I
it's a little bit hard, eh? When you look in and you say, oh shit, that one's got it. That one's got it. That one's got it. Believe it. Boop, 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 gone. Oh, okay. It's gonna be okay.
it's gonna be okay.
What do you think the plugs do? Barn plugs or Gulligers or whatever.
All right.
What do you think they do?
Ca-
There's thousands of them.
California. David says California Pigeon Derby. You can enter only 3 birds per loft. Well, that's good. That's good. I don't know how long this guy's going to do that for until he realizes he needs a few thousand birds to make a living doing it. Unless he's charging 3 birds at 5,000 for a team of 3.
Excuse me.
If he doesn't do that, I think it's nice, but I don't know. You know what? I like small numbers. I think that's a lot of fun. Rob Wong says Richard is spot on about his bond with the birds. If you disrespect them, they won't be coming home in a hurry, of course. Same thing. You don't want to scare them in the loft. That's the safe spot. So, Jay Oliver says, I have talked with several combines in several states, and they have all experienced lots of losses this young bird season. My first year, and I lost about 50% of my team. Well, that's good.
Good, lose them.
Lose them. That's right. Remember, eh?
Lose them down to 5 birds.
And keep
Now
playing.
you're going to keep flying. Lose them. Lose them. Lose that shit. Why are you losing them? Maybe you're over medicating. Maybe you're, I don't know what you're doing.
Listen. Most guys, I'll tell you why most guys lose. Because most guys are glorified pigeon keepers. Okay? They are afraid when they lose one. Oh, wait a minute. He just said it. The birds look like shit. The young birds, oh, I weaned them this. That one looks like shit. We're going to fix this. Look, there's none of this. There's none of this. No. The best fix. Let's kill that one, move on. Kill that one, move on. Pigeon men are afraid to lose pigeons. They're afraid to lose them on sunny days, cloudy days. They're afraid, oh, they're not coming good. There's something wrong physically with them. There's something wrong medically with them. There's something wrong. They're finding an excuse. And the more excuses you give, the more pigeons you lose. And you actually go out looking to lose. You're going to lose. Every time we take the birds out, I hope they don't come back. I don't really mean that. If they don't come back, my season's over. They got to go out and do the work. And I can't be afraid to lose pigeons.
But
now,
the only thing is, my friend,
what?
You have to be fair to those birds.
I'm saying,
take out.
Obviously, I'm not taking birds. I'm not. Do you know why guys lose them? They don't take them out. They leave them in because every day wasn't right this week. And then they put them on the truck and dump them 150 miles. They lose half the pigeons. And guess what? Oh, we lost 80% of our birds because you put no work in. Hold on. Alan says most guys don't have your understanding about the heat. I think that where they lose a lot of birds, even me. Listen. Picture the worst day of racing, weather-wise. Those are the days for sure you want to be training in. For sure. When it is going to be 100 degrees out, ripping hot, I'm not saying to take them 100 miles. Take them 20 miles, 25 miles. Get them used to the heat. Get them used to working in the heat. Get them used to the headwinds. If it's raining, it's drizzling. If the wind is 50 kilometers an hour blowing, it's okay. You can let them out for a loft fly. It's okay. You can do it. You can do it. You might lose them all. You might lose one. You might have one hit a wire. Now, I'm not saying you do this with your pigeons, let's say, in the middle of the race season. Maybe you want to leave them in that day. But when they're just young birds, let's get them out. Let's get them educated. Let's get them used to everything. The more that you teach them the things, different things, when they get into a screw up situation, they're going to handle it. Rob Wong. Oh no, sorry. What is this?
I'll say my birds, my young birds, they love to fly in the wind. Could be almost tornado wind. They play, man. It's beautiful. So I don't know.
Pigeon UK says your dad is right. You have 30, okay, but one don't. Why just eliminate? Yeah, but you can have 30. One's not right, you eliminate it. 3-4 days later, another one's not right. You can eliminate it. You can keep eliminating them. You don't have to use medication, or you leave them all and let them go through it. Sometimes they go through it real good. Sometimes you lose 15 or 20. Sometimes it take a month to go through shit.
I've had the odd young bird. I liked it where it came out of, and I said, "Son of a gun, I'm gonna let you friggin' die on your own." Darn thing pulls out. I can bring the bird in right now. A bird that I thought was I was gonna knock it, and I said, you know what?
Look,
Just for an experiment, I'm gonna let you friggin' die.
now,
And the thing came back. It fought it. It came back. Boom.
now,
Looks beautiful.
now, Rob Wong says young bird losses during is due to electric wires and barbed wire fences. Okay, I could say sure. Watch pigeons when you fly. Watch as they fly. They fly in a group, and you see them. They go over. They go over the wires. Well, let me tell you, the pigeons in the front row that are doing the thinking, they go over the fence. And Rob, yours and my bird, they're behind. They fly into the fence. They hit the wire because they're not in the lead. They're not in the front. And you're going to lose birds like that. I don't think that's the biggest reason why. I just think
No,
they had the same wires since
good reason, right?
but it's a good reason, sure. Lots of reasons. But I'm saying I don't think it's the biggest. Same thing, people with the solar flare shit. I don't buy that. Anyways, Jeff Henderson says, you're right, Brian. Excuses, excuses, excuses. They won't send them too many excuses. And a lot of times people, I'll tell you, people are very proud. Okay, people are how they look. They like to put off something better than really they are. And guys going to a pigeon club, when one guy's kicking everyone's ass, the other guys they start looking and going, making excuses. They don't feel very good about themselves. So the best thing to do is just to quit because they're quitters. They're quitters. Anyways, you know what? That's that. What can we do? That's the same story. And again, for the guy in California, I hope he gets lots of birds. I hope he charges a lot of money because he'll do it a year or two like that, and then he has to. If he doesn't have 2,000 pigeons, you make no money. And I'll tell you something: running a one-off race, I think all it really is. The more and more I look at these one-off races, the more and more the Belgians are right. A one-off race, all it is a barbecue, a vacation, and have two or three too many drinks. And if the pigeon comes lucky, we win. Other than that, we don't hold nothing to it.
But the other thing I like to say is if the guy that's running the one off race, before you put the bird in, say, do you have a grandmother? That's the answer. But remember, grandma can always screw up. You know?
Anyways,
If you can't figure that one out, folks, she can take at least about 3 and 4 baskets in her garage, right?
that's that.
Well, you don't want to answer that, yeah.
No, well, what do you want me to answer?
just-
I
and that's
I'm not
how
I'm not disagreeing with
How
you.
crooked that shit can be.
Sure, it is.
100%. 100%.
100%. I mean, again, I hate to say this, but if you look today's race that won the
Excuse me.
won the $100,000,
Yeah.
the guy who bred the bird
Uh-huh.
is the same guy that does the importing for Big Andy in Canada.
Oh.
So would you say that there's a conflict? You could say there's a conflict. You could say it. We're not getting into that, but what we're saying is you can look at things. You know, I had a guy that bought an auction bird today. He said to me nicely, Ryan, I want you to send some birds to the U.S. I will not fly in the Canadian one-off races. I said, sure. He says, there's only one race, so I don't want to go in. And I said, well, why? What is it? What race? He says, I won't go in the Hoosier. I said, well, why not? He says, most money, but the owner is flying in the race he owns, Mike Gannis. So it's exactly everything that we say. If you look at it, without this being governed correctly, this is all just, I hate to say this, one of these, bud.
I hate to say it, folks.
For the people.
This Andy race here, they call him Big Andy, Fat Andy, whatever the hell they call him. And his two daughters came to pick birds up here.
I don't want to get into that.
And we're going to go back there.
I don't want to. I don't want to.
I'm talking.
I don't want to go.
I'm sorry,
I don't want to.
But when I seen that,
Oh, we have a fly.
I'm sorry.
Anyways, a lot of money they made, and that's good. They hooked them in. Yeah, I got a fly in here. He's real. This year's been the worst for flies.
Yeah. Okay, so all I want to say is to the Big Andy race, Mister, if you're in a wheelchair or maybe you're in a gurney, congratulations. You sucked in a lot of people. And believe it or not, I think when he goes in his house, he comes off the gurney, comes out of the wheelchair, and starts doing the dingo-lingo.
Yeah.
Good enough, my friend.
All right.
You're a good guy. Believe it or not, when I want a submarine sandwich,
Can we wrap this up?
give me 3 slices of salami.
Okay.
Don't
We're
rip me off.
gonna wrap this one up. Good show tonight. I'm tired out.
Sorry, bud.
We will be on next Monday.
My opinion.
Yeah, it's good. I'm not against it. We
No,
all have our opinions.
I'm just saying it's schlocky, you know?
Yeah. Hey.
Schlocky.
Hey, listen. The winner was already won.
On the pyramid?
On the pyramid. You win.
You win. I'm just saying.
Okay, I'm done. We're done. We're gonna wrap this up tonight, guys. We're gonna be on next Monday. It disconnected on YouTube and Facebook. All right, guys. Thanks for flying with us. Bye for now.